Like Sylvia Plath once said, it's a sultry summer day. I want to talk about my spring favorites. They're currently very into summer. It's very hot, but I have a lovely list of my spring favorites that I wanted to share with you. Starting off with books, the first book that I want to talk about is Meditations by Marco Aurelio. I feel like this book is to me what Letters a Young Poet by Rilke is to a lot of people. Not to put one book against one another because they are extremely different, but this is the book that once I fully read it, something clicked inside of me. I think it's funny that a book written by someone so powerful during the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago can resonate with a 28-year-old Spanish girl. But this collection of essays, I guess, really captured the essence of human beings are not nearly as complicated as we think we are. I think this is kind of the essence of we all come from dust and we will all become dust someday again. Being reflective about your daily thoughts, your behavior is very important, but at the same time you shouldn't get consumed by all of that, because I feel like sometimes we get lost in our minds with trying to always become the best version we can be and always trying to evolve and just become something better, and we get lost in the essence of just trying to live life without getting too lost in our thoughts. And the next book kind of goes in hand with a TV show, so I'm just going to talk about the both of them together. The Other Bennet Sister. I made a video where I talked about this TV show and book. The book recently got adapted into a BBC adaptation. I love BBC adaptations so much. I've had this book on my TBR for the longest time. I love Pride and Prejudice, as we all know, but I hadn't picked it up. Then one day I saw an edit on TikTok, as one does, and I decided to watch this TV show. This book follows the third Bennet sister, Mary. She's kind of the outcast, the black sheep. She's not a beauty, as her mother would call her, and in this book and TV show you really get to see that she tries and she wants to, but she just doesn't know how to, because she lives in the shadow of her sisters, and once she gets out of her mother and her sisters, she really blooms. And she also has a lovely love triangle, because this is the first time where I see a love triangle where I'm rooting for both of men, because both men are equally as nice. With love triangles you usually get like both of them are amazing and then one of them fucks up really bad, or one of them has like a kind of flaw that really settles the fact that you're going to choose the other man. In this case, both of them are flawed in their own way, but I was rooting for both of them. Then for the other TV shows, I have Young Sherlock. This follows Sherlock Holmes when he attends Oxford and meets Moriarty, which is his arch enemy. The beginning of the series, like I said, is set in Oxford. I watched this TV show a month before going to Oxford, so it was very nice to see the university and the city. Also, Donald Finn, the Irish actor, is both in The Other Bennet Sister and in Young Sherlock, and he plays completely different characters. So it was kind of weird to see the contrast, but I love him as an actor. I love anything set in the Victorian period. Also, the cast for this TV show is really good. And then lastly, Off Campus. I read the books, I think like 5-6 years ago. This TV series for me had the same essence as The Summer I Turned Pretty, in the sense that I felt like a teenager in my 20s again, and I love that feeling so much. This summer we're not going to have The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is pretty sad. Then for movies, I have Crooked House. This is a movie based on the Agatha Christie book. Again, anything Agatha Christie related I'm going to consume. I love her novels. They haven't aged that well, in the sense that the mystery is so easy to predict nowadays, but still they're very cozy to read. Then Gosford Park. This is a parody to any kind of mystery movie ever made. At the beginning, I didn't know that this movie was making fun of other mystery movies. So while I was watching it, I was kind of confused, but once I realized that, it was so funny to watch. Also, it's British. I love any British mystery movie, even if it's a parody one. And lastly, Enola Holmes 2. I rewatched this movie in order to get prepared for Enola Holmes 3, which, spoiler alert, I've already watched it. I didn't like Enola Holmes 3, which is a surprise because I adored the first two movies. The third one is based in Malta, and I really think I like the Victorian mystery movie set in London. Again, I love anything Sherlock Holmes mystery related, especially set in the Victorian era. And also this one really focused on the romance, which I don't mind, but I feel like Moriarty kind of became like a Scooby-Doo type of villain, and the mystery aspect was kind of all over the place for me. But Enola Holmes 2, really good. Then from content creators, bookish media, this is the best way to stay up to date with book releases and also books that are being adapted into screen or podcast. Anything book related, this is the best way to stay updated. Then Elena Tea, again, she's one of my favorite content creators. She has been in Italy for the past 2 months, so all her Italian content has been amazing to consume. And then Jess Among the Wild, I think she lives in Vermont and she does a lot of van life. She loves nature, I love nature. Consuming any type of content said in nature is one of my favorite content. Then for life, I've traveled a lot this season, which I adore. I went to Madrid. Again, I feel like I go to Madrid every single year now. I went to a concert, to a musical, and to visit my friends and my sister. Then I went to La Baronia Real, Lleida, which is west in Catalonia. It's in Ria Segura, which is a river here in Catalonia. Betty loved it. I loved it. Anytime I'm surrounded by green and nature, it makes me feel so good inside. Then I went to Valencia with my siblings and my mom. It was kind of our last trip as a family before my brother gets married this summer. And we also went to Peñíscola, Valencia and Peñíscola. And then I went to Oxford and the Cotswolds for my birthday. Some of you may know that I went to England as well at the beginning of the year in January, and now 6 months later I come back to England. I love the UK. In case you couldn't tell, I adore the UK so much. Oxford was a beautiful city that I adored, and the Cotswolds were magical. I posted a spring diaries where I showed my travels. I don't even know how to begin processing my trip to Oxford and the Cotswolds. I just adored visiting Oxford and everything that it had to offer. The Bodleian Library, the Divination School, there's just so much. You know, I could say that it made me feel like I was living my dark academia fantasy, but it made me daydream a lot. I also visited a lot of the colleges. It made me feel like I was in a Harry Potter movie. I could keep talking about my Oxford trip and also the Cotswolds. I love where I live. Catalonia is such a beautiful place, but anytime that I visit the UK, it makes me want to move there. And then I don't know if this is a favorite, but it's something I wanted to mention. I started a new job. It was one of my New Year's resolution was to find a new job. It's taken me a while to adjust. I don't know if it's a favorite per se, but I'm glad that I actually took the chance and took the leap of changing my job after 3 years because I needed this change. And now for music, one of my favorite categories, as you all know. I went to a La Love You concert, a Hans Zimmer concert, a symphony, which is Carmina Burana, a Danny Martin concert, La Oreja Van Gogh concert, and to musical, Los Miserables. I went to see Les Mis in 2024 in London for my birthday with one of my sisters. And then this year, I invited one of my sisters to see it in Madrid in Spanish, my other sister. I see Les Mis with both my sisters in different occasions, but I think it's a beautiful tradition. It's a beautiful musical as well. So a lot of concerts and a lot of symphonies and musicals this season. Also talking about new music, that new Olivia Rodrigo album came out the day after my birthday, so I feel like it's kind of a birthday gift for myself. My favorite song in the entire album is Stupid Song. I also love Drop Dead, Less Expectations. Expectations is such a fun song. Also, I got concert tickets to see her next year. I'm going to wear my Barca scarf with the Olivia Rodrigo collaboration. My sister-in-law and my brother gifted it to me for my birthday. Also, I'm going to a concert with my sister-in-law and with one of my sisters. It's going to be so fun. Then, for beauty, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and you can look either very natural or you can build it up. I feel like this is more for combination to oily skin, but if you have dry skin, you can also try it out. And then for deodorant, the Perspirex deodorant. This is not a usual deodorant because you have to put it on during the night and then next morning you have to clean it. Whenever I'm very anxious, I sweat only on my armpits. My hands don't sweat, my feet, and all of that, it doesn't sweat. It's only my armpits. It can be minus 10 degrees and I can be in the freezing cold, and if I'm anxious, I will sweat under my armpits. I don't know why, but ever since I started using this, it has gone away. I obviously sweat a little bit because I live in Barcelona, it's very humid, but it's normal, like extremely normal now. I started using this every Sunday, and after 6 weeks, I started using it every 15 days. It does dry out your armpits. I don't like having extremely dry armpits because I feel like it's going to do the reverse. It's going to start producing more oil, so you know how it works. So that's why now I use it every 15 days. But if you sweat a lot under your armpits, I would recommend that. Then for fashion, I have two very different things. It's either ballerinas or heels. I've started wearing heels on daily basis. Like sometimes I wear heels to work, which a year ago you would have never caught me wearing heels to work. I've always been a boot type of girl, never ballerinas or anything like that. But now I love a good flat, like a ballerina flat or something related to that. And then a good heel. I don't wear like super thin heels, I wear thick ones, but I love a good heel. It makes me feel like, I don't know, like for example right now, this is not a heel per se, but you know, it has, I don't know, I like wearing them. I feel like it makes me feel, I was going to say powerful, which sounds kind of, you know, cliche, but I like it. So those are my spring favorites. I hope you guys liked them. I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.